Some breaking news this Friday afternoon. The New England Patriots have decided to release Antonio Brown. Obviously, this is all amid the sexual assault allegations and more that have kind of been around him in the last 11 days since he's joined the team. Evan, your initial reactions to the news?
Well, I'm kind of surprised it took this long, right? I think that this was finally the straw that broke the camel's back was these text messages to the accuser from the Robert Klemko piece on Sports Illustrated. It sounded this morning when Bill Belichick was fielding questions about it, when he said, along the lines of "we're looking into it," and I heard that, it did sound a little bit negative or a little bit monotonous for Antonio Brown. I didn't want to look too much into it, but reading between the lines, it sounded like Belichick might have been heading in this direction as early as this morning. I think the press conference and the way the press conference went might have actually put it over the top.
And obviously the Patriots, without Antonio Brown, do still have a decent amount of weapons. They have Josh Gordon, they have Julian Edelman, they have Phil Dorsett, they have James White. They will be okay, you think, on offense without him?
Oh yeah, I mean that was the biggest thing, is that this was a cherry on top. This was a luxury piece for them. This was never we need Antonio Brown to compete for a Super Bowl. This was always a luxury piece, and that was kind of when they signed him, going on with everything that was going on with him when they signed him. That was what made it kind of hard to swallow, was just that they were doing something to themselves that they didn't need to do. They were making a bed that they didn't need to sleep in. And now that they get rid of Antonio Brown, Philip Dorsett has just been excellent all year long, and really dating back to the playoffs last year. Don't forget about N'Keal Harry. He'll be back in midway through the season. Week 8, he is eligible to return to the Patriots off of injured reserve. He's going to be back in the mix. You still have the backs. You still have Edelman and Gordon. They have plenty of weapons in the arsenal for Tom Brady. And that's what made this move so head-scratching, was just that they didn't have to do this. They didn't have to welcome this circus into their locker room, and they did it anyways out of really nothing else but greed, to be honest with you. Greed to make that margin for error a little bit larger than it was beforehand.
And obviously Ian Rappaport did break the story, but Antonio Brown actually kind of did it himself on social media first. He posted on his Twitter account, "Thanks for the opportunity." He posted on his Instagram account a picture of him and Tom Brady saying that was fun. He did use the hashtag "Go Win It, Do It For Me." So it seems like he's understanding of the Patriots' decision, and they left on some fairly good terms.
Yeah, I think that Antonio Brown, the Patriots might have got it ahead of the league here. I would not be surprised if we find out in the next hour, maybe even, that Antonio Brown's going on the commissioner's exempt list. And I don't think this is going to be a situation where Antonio Brown's got cut by the Patriots and by tomorrow or by Sunday or Monday he's on the Chiefs or he's on the Cowboys or something like that. I think that Antonio Brown is going to have to step away from football for a little while. And I think that that's where the mutual parting of ways, if you want to say it, or the Patriots releasing him on good terms, I think that that's where it comes from, is Antonio Brown realizes maybe he's coming to the realization finally, after quite a few strikes here, that he has not really behaved the way that he should have behaved in the long term and the short term for his career success. So I think that it's best for everybody this way. I think it's also best for the league and for Antonio Brown that he kind of gets his head on straight and maybe steps away from football and figures out what's going on with him off the field.
Well, the Patriots are set to face the Jets this Sunday, now without Antonio Brown. For all of our coverage on this breaking news story, head to our website at clnsmedia.com.